Woo-wee! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Scott Mack, and welcome to another explosive edition of Your Opinion Doesn't Matter. And it's true. It really doesn't matter what you think out there in the PWR universe. It only matters what Scott Mack Entertainment thinks and the likes of the PWR World Heavyweight Champion, Big Hurt. But we'll get into that in a little second. I know everybody is excited to see the contract signing between the number one contender, man of the loser Walker, as he sets up to do the live contract signing with Big Hurt. But I have a special panelist to join me today. Very special in many ways. One of the few superstars that have ever come back from the dead. That's right. His spirit is so strong, this man, as well as his power in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only be talking about one superstar. He is the only beast that matters. I don't know who gave him that name, but he's a genius. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron King. Mr. King, thank you for joining us.
Pleasure's all yours, Scotty.
Okay, I was just making sure I had a good connection there. Listen, Aaron, we know you've been going through a tumultuous time right now, considering all the health issues you've been dealing with, trying to recover,
Say
trying
the
to get
least.
back to who you were once were. We'll get into the Nappy Boy situation just a bit later here, as we'll have a segment regarding that. But my question to you right now is how are you feeling as you join us here live? How is your health? How is your spirit mentally?
Well, like I said last week, or last time I was on here, body scans came back good. Just had my last chiropractic visit. Um, they said I'm looking good body wise. Still, the hang up seems to be, which is why you still see I'm wearing shades because I'm still sensitive to light and still dealing with a some things from that. But other than that, body
Are you
wise, I'm good
sensitive
to
to a
go.
Stevie Wonder joke or two tonight? Are you susceptible to some blind jokes to you know
The
anything like that?
shades,
Are we playing
the
nice?
shades, the shades, the locks. I get it. I'll allow it tonight.
I appreciate that. Again, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule as well as their personal life to join us here. We know that you're going through a lot right now. We'll let you uh, have your words, I should say, with Nappy Boy just a little bit later. We're not quite sure. According to my production analyst backstage, they say you're not cleared medically, that you will not be able to compete officially at the next pay per view. We'll talk to you more about that later, as we say, to see what the only beast that matters, has to say about that. Um, but before we carry on with the tremendous go home show that took place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's time now to bring on the man who, let's be honest, he should step down right now while he has a chance. Maybe he should go after a different championship. Maybe he should try to become the greatest powerhouse champion again. But one thing he shouldn't do is step up to the plate and challenge my client, the PWR World Heavyweight Champion. I'm talking about Big Hurt, formerly known as the North Star. He is the most dynamic performer that PWR maybe has ever seen. And now he has joined forces with yours truly. So let's face it, Aaron King, the future is bright for the World Heavyweight Champion. But the man of the people begs to differ. The man of the people speaks for the people. And since this young man was born in Brooklyn, New York, he believes his destiny is to be the PWR World Heavyweight Champion. And this may be a fact in any other time, any other era, other than one where Scott Mack and Big Hurt are alive and healthy, because it's just not going to happen. But Aaron, we're going to bring him on anyway. You know him very well. He is the man of the people, better known as the number one contender for the PWR World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Mel Walker. Mel, thank you for
How's
joining
everybody
us.
today? Peace. What's up, man?
Listen, Mel.
Been a minute,
Listen,
bro.
Mel. Peace.
Yeah,
Blessings to everybody east of the New York Knicks and all of that. My question to you is, first of all, how are you? How are you doing spiritually? How are you feeling health wise as you appear to be walking into the biggest match of your career? Would you argue?
Yeah, it's been a lot going through my mind about this match, and it's a lot riding on it. And all I can do is give my 110%. And I know I'm the underdog right now. Everybody's really not expecting me to even hold a candle to this guy. But yeah, I mean, I'm ready.
It's interesting to say that, Mel. Have you ever felt this way in any other instance? Have you ever been the underdog in any situation, or has it happened many times in your career at all?
Well, it's happened. I would say this happened twice. It's happened twice with a brother that's not here right now and a brother that's on here right now. Wasn't expected to win this match. This was a whole different other company, but that was a whole different other time.
Is there anything you're taking from that experience into this experience? The lights are going to be on, the cameras are going to be flashing, and there's going to be thousands and thousands of wrestling fans, millions of people all over the world watching you inside of the ring do what you feel that you were born to do. The man of the people, Mel Walker. You're a smart guy. You know, I don't say that about a lot of New Yorkers, so I'm going to make a proposal to you now, Mel. You can walk away now. You can walk towards Scott Mack Entertainment, walk away from this opportunity to be world champion, and I will line you up with a better opportunity that suits you better for your career. You'll be more rich. You won't have to worry about the things that you have to worry about now, Mel. I just feel like you're walking into a battle zone that there's a no-win situation for you. I know you have a lot of pride. I know that New York blood runs through your veins, but make a logical decision and walk away now before things get ugly.
It's the price of your soul, bro.
Even though my last name is Walker, I've never done that a day in my life when it came down to a fight. This brother that's on here with me right now, he know how us New Yorkers do. I'm not walking
That's
away.
exactly what I wanted to hear.
All right. Well, with that being said, it's time to hear via satellite from the PWR World Heavyweight Champion himself, as we're knocking on the doorsteps of the contract signing for the PWR World Heavyweight Championship, the greatest prize in this business. Let's hear from him right now.
You know, part of being a parent is giving your kids advice they're not going to follow. Don't overeat. Don't stay up too late. And the problem is, when they don't follow that advice, it's usually because they're going to make a mistake that you got to clean up. So I'm going to give you some advice. You can follow it or you can don't. My advice is don't sign and walk away. Hear me out. Nobody expects you not to sign, but I expect you to think about it. You not signing that contract is an acknowledgement that you just need a little bit more time. Because what I'm going to be hammering home to you the next couple of weeks is that you're not ready. 5 years I've been breastfeeding you and you're not ready. You're not. Don't sign. Don't sign the contract. Because if you sign, it's going to be a mess that I have to clean up. Don't sign. Say you're not ready. Take some time. Let's push it back. Let's push the match back 8-9 months. Maybe then either you'll be ready to step into the spot I leave vacant, or I'll be ready to step away. Don't sign. Because you're not ready.
Yeah,
Something
he
about
does.
that dude's face really still
Yeah,
irks
we
me.
can. Yes, we'll advertise the fish from covers. Oh. Advertisements, you know, they never stop. I got both flips here going, Mel. People are telling me, do you have Mel and SME? Is Mel a part of Scott Mack Entertainment? It's up to you, Mel. I do believe that stupid broad secretary faxed over the contract to you to make this thing official if you're slow enough to sign it. Now, here is your chance to change the trajectory of your career, Mel Walker. You can go from being the man of the people to a millionaire of the peasants. Like, I don't know what else to say. Aaron, how about you give some wise words of encouragement to your former brother in arms?
Like I said earlier, bro, what's the price of your soul?
That's a lot of money.
Price of your
Who needs
soul,
a
man.
soul? Breastfeeding you 5 years.
Again, something about that dude's face still irks me.
Breastfeeding me. He really wasn't gonna pause that. Okay.
I noticed that too.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be a stand-up guy if I really sat here and waited 8-9 more months. This man said I wasn't ready 5 years ago. We're not going to discuss what happened because that was 5 years ago. We're talking about now. I think I've been more ready than I've ever been. And I'm called man of the people for a reason. And I'm not even gonna sit here and waste nobody else's
We
time.
knew it. We knew he was going to do this. Okay. He's a man of his people. He's a man of his word. Mel Walker is signed the contract. He will be in the ring at Will of Misfortune. Mel, before you get your stipulation in about 6 days, to be exact, maybe 7, and we spin this wheel and it decides your fate. Is there anything else you would like to say to your opponent or the PWR universe before we let the man of the people do what he does?
Can I say something to him before he speaks?
Yeah.
You're starting to look like the brother I knew. Again, it's refreshing to see. You know what you got to do. That's it. Just go do it.
All I'm gonna say is this: a rebel never dies.
Wow.
Right. Heroes get remembered.
It's official, ladies and gentlemen. We will be having a PWR World Heavyweight Championship match at Wheel of Misfortune. That stipulation will be determined in about a week from now. Aaron King, any thoughts on what we just witnessed together?
It's like I said, it's refreshing to see Mel Walker. It's refreshing to see him again, looking like the
What's
brother I used to
refreshing
know.
to see is you concussed and battered and stumbling over your words.
Is it
That's refreshing. Huh?
Is it though?
Yeah. It's good to see you humbled, to see nearly a 400-pound man quiet like a church baby. It just gives me,
Glad you like it, Scott.
I'll tell you somebody who likes it as well, Natty Boy, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later, Aaron. Let's talk about the first matchup that took place in Philadelphia. It was a big one that featured the Redeemer TC Adams clashing with half of the PWR tag team champions, Mr. AK Shooter J. This was a big time matchup here, slated for the Philadelphia fans. Shooter came out. I want to hear what you think about this. Shooter J. Now it's interesting because his tag team partner is Puerto Rican, but he doesn't hold any punches. It's Mr. AK. as he sported a custom Ice Ice Baby t-shirt. And on the back it said, "Thank you for voting Philadelphia." Any thoughts on the attire of Mr. AK? Is it bringing on a headache, possibly?
It's definitely
Dum,
something
dum,
right
dum, dum,
here.
dum.
Something right
Ice
here.
Ice
Yeah.
Baby. I wonder what El Wapo thinks about that, or is
It's a good
it
thing
just a
it's a good thing we not in Cali tonight.
Oh yeah, that's true. That might not have went over so well. So shout out to Mr. AK, who
Yeah, he
apparently
wouldn't have,
is
I think he'd
pushing.
have made it out.
He's pushing for the Ice Ice Baby shirts. He's talking. There's some discussion with the Oracle that maybe there may be an Ice Ice Baby shirt available in PWR shop soon. I'm not
Guy
sure how El
guy
Wapo feels
guy
about it,
never
but
guy never ceases to amaze me.
the crowd let him have it as we expected. But
As
then
they should
we
have.
saw we saw a change in demeanor from the fans as TC Adams came out and the fans oohed and awed at the rising superstar as thousands and thousands had their hands up cheering on one of their new idols, TC Adams. Um, TC Adams is electrifying fans from arena to arena. Aaron, you've seen it backstage yourself. What are your quick thoughts on TC's emergence?
I mean, I can call it nothing short of meteoric. His rise through PWR has definitely been a meteoric one. I mean, he's got arenas, stadiums full of people with their hands up, chat saying they believe. Listen, TC
Man,
Adams is the real deal. TC
I
Adams is
agree.
the real
Listen,
deal.
this match, Aaron, was entertaining from the start as TC Adams showed why the future PWR is in good hands, displaying in the ring his high flying acrobatics, nailing a flying clothesline that nearly ripped Shooter J's head right off of his shoulders. Shooter got his own offense going moments later, showing his power by pounding TC Adams down hard to the mat, pause, with a running power slam. That's the way you do
That's
it.
crazy.
Now, he
That's
pinned
crazy.
TC, but only got two before fans started booing hysterically. It wasn't for what was taking place in the ring, Aaron. It was at the sight of the Cardinal Joker J, who slowly lurked towards the ring area, teasing and mocking TC Adams, who was getting beat down at this point in the match by Mr. AK Shooter J. Joker J mocked TC Adams until he started getting the best of the tag team champion and started working over Shooter J. Shooter J missed with the right hook, and TC countered this with the claw of redemption as the fans were brought to their feet until the Cardinal Joker J jumped up on the ring apron, distracting TC Adams, who then let go of Mr. AK. Fatal mistake. TC reached, clamoring after, trying to grasp Joker J, who slipped away, but TC Adams left the World Tag Team Champion unattended, which is a fatal no-no, as he then polished TC Adams with the forearm shiver to the back of his neck and then quickly lifted him in the midnight run, ending his night with the 1, the 2, the 3, as Mr. AK Ice Ice Baby himself gets some big momentum going into his big tag team clash with the winner of the main event tonight. But at the end of this, fans were kind of shocked, as I was as well watching this, as TC Adams began laughing hysterically, staring in the direction of Joker J, who seemed puzzled at TC's reaction to what took place. I'm going to ask you, Aaron King, what was this all about? The mind games back and forth between the Joker J and TC Adams. And my sources are telling me this thing is going to come to an end, full circle, at Wheel of Misfortune as we spin this wheel sitting right next to me to determine the futures of both of these superstars. What are your thoughts on this mind fuck between Joker J and TC Adams going on?
Oh man, I mean, we talking two masters of mind games. We talking about Joker J and we talking about TC Adams. Two men who oftentimes already got you beat in here before their music even hits.
You would know a lot about getting beat up there, wouldn't you?
You got about two more of those. You got
Stop.
about two more of those. It's okay. Yeah.
Man.
Listen, I ain't gonna be able to stop myself either. But anyway, this is gonna be a real good one, and it's already making my head hurt because
what if these two are in a strap match? What if these two are in a hardcore match? These two could be in a street fight. It's on here, a street fight.
Those three things sound like they lend themselves to a lot of creativity, and that's a dangerous game with two men as proficient in mind games as they are. So it's going to be definitely an interesting one to see.
All right, I have a personal question. It's totally off brand here. But when you suffer a severe beating like that, does Jimmy Johnson down there still work the same?
Just fine.
All right, good to know. Because backstage,
you wouldn't know because you got a little pencil neck pussy, but you know.
I get that with you. It's good to know this, Aaron, Mr. King. I'm glad that your son is here and he's healthy because you never know what could happen after a beatdown like that. But backstage, we do know what happened because after that match with TC, involving TC, and Shooter J, backstage, we had an interaction between two, how do I put this, icons of this business, because as your wife, the queen, Alexia Payne, was being interviewed by a young lady. Her name was Gloria Estevez or whatever the hell her name was. I don't know. She was interviewing the beautiful Alexia Payne. Yeah, I gave your wife a compliment, even though we don't see eye to eye on many things. And the reporter kindly asked. Yeah, the reporter kindly asked Alexia, your wife. She said, "Queen, we know that you are one of the biggest names currently in PWR, but right now you don't have an opponent. However, we have been told that you will be, of course, performing at Will of Misfortune, but currently you have no challenger. What are your thoughts on that?" And right as the queen was about to answer, the microphone was knocked out of her hand by none other than another queen, Dragon Queen. And the crowd oohed and awed as they saw backstage a face-to-face confrontation between Alexia Payne and Dragon Queen. It was magnetic just to see the two look at one another aggressively as they did. Dragon Queen stormed off as she has a match later on this card. Quickly, did you get any tea backstage after this happened? Did the queen confide in you at all? Or was this just another day in the park for Alexia Payne, where it's just another day at the office?
She came in the locker room, grabbed her tiara, grabbed the robe, left.
Enough said.
Wasn't no words, wasn't no nothing. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a bad night for somebody.
All right. Speaking of a interesting night for a lot of people, this next matchup was very interesting as well, Aaron, featuring Punishment, another NYC original, facing another NYC. God, PWR is full of you maggots and idiots. I mean, it's nonstop with you. Reggie Walker was the opponent of Punishment. Go ahead and say it. Get it out.
I mean, look, listen, all I'm saying is it's not our fault. You know where the talent is. So
it's you make a good point there. Reggie Walker came out first, accompanied by his apparent tag team partner, Bobby Galileo, who seemed to be on the same page at the moment with Reggie Walker going out to the ringside. The group formally, and I want to emphasize formally because both came out in the press and announced that they no longer wanted to be acknowledged as Black Rock. They would now go by their own names inside of the ring, and they would no longer be associating with that organization moving forward. Quickly, Aaron King, any thoughts on that?
I mean, pretty smart move is all I can say. That jump from a sinking ship. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's when the music of pain and punishment lit up the entire arena, and the Oracle of Pain joined by the side of the Puerto Rican future Hall of Famer, Punishment himself. Now, listen, a lot of trash talking. I'm talking about more than me and you would do in a subway car together if we had to ride from one borough to the next. The fact of the matter is, these four individuals do not like one another, and the
They
explicitives
don't.
and the warfare words were tossed around in this one before the bell even rang, and chaos ensued from the beginning of this one, as many expected. Every time these four are in close proximity, it ends bad, and it has to end sometime, and it's going to end soon. It was a nasty brawl that was short-lived, however, once both Reggie Walker and Punishment mixed it up, and both fell to the outside of the ring, tussling one another. The Oracle of Pain went to pull Reggie Walker off of Punishment, who he was slugging on, when he was shoved backwards aggressively by BBG, Bobby Galileo. The Oracle went, at this point, fell backwards, and he had about enough of Bobby Galileo at this point. These two have been going back and forth for weeks now, and he fired a big shot, which led to a brawl on the outside between the two Goliaths. Reggie Walker dived onto Mega as they double teamed him briefly, but that didn't last long, as Puerto Rican Punishment joined the action by diving recklessly into everyone, taking all three superstars down. Eventually, the official counted both superstars with this one out and ruled the match a no contest. Aaron King, you've been a part of these matches a lot that end in somewhat of a controversial finish. What do you see happening between the group formerly known as Black Rock, more specifically Reggie fucking Walker and Bobby Galileo, as they seem to be in this constant turmoil with the Oracle of Pain and Punishment? Take me there.
I mean, look at the name, Pain and Punishment. That's what this whole rivalry. I mean, that can encompass this whole rivalry, this whole big thing between both teams, Pain and Punishment, because that's what we in for. There's a whole lot of pain and a whole lot of punishment. Mega and BD are two very big men. I know. I've been in the ring with both of them. Reggie and Punishment are two cunning sons of bitches. I know. I've been in the ring with both of them. So, yeah, that, like, I know it's their team name, but the whole tagline for the shit should be Pain and Punishment.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at a possible war of attrition between these four gentlemen, and who knows what stipulation. It could be an ambulance match. It can be an inferno match is on here. Can you imagine an inferno match with those four? It's possible.
Yeah.
But what fans are saying is impossible. We talked about what's possible, Aaron. What fans are saying is impossible is the fact that you can walk into a wrestling ring in our next pay-per-view against, obviously, the only logical person that it will be is Nappy Boy. Fans are talking about it. The internet is talking about it. It's a stir, but we don't know when we will see Aaron King. But we do know that we have some words from the other man involved in this turmoil, Nappy Boy, the true villain of PWR.
It's been some time, and you've been quiet. That's not normal for the only beast that man. That's not normal for beast mode to stay quiet this long, especially when you have a decision on your hands. I really don't think you know what's at stake here. Or maybe you do. And that's why you're quiet. And that's why you're not accepting. because you know God damn well if I get you one more time, that's gonna be it. You're gonna permanently make your wife a widow. You're gonna permanently never hold him again. You know what I'm surprised at? I'm surprised that you haven't asked me why I did what I did. I'm gonna tell you because I want to have fun. I did what I did because I knew you haven't changed. You still need to rely on someone to maneuver through this business. You still need to rely on people, on family, to get what you want. So I knew the easiest way to do what I wanted to do and get to you was to tell you to let bygones be bygones. And it was easy as that. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Like I said, you have a decision to make. And this decision is literally life or death. Because there ain't nothing else.
Whew. Okay. Before you respond, Eric King, I've been told by many health officials that you cannot compete in a PWR ring. You're not healthy enough. You're not cleared. So that's off the table. This thing is deeper than what meets the eye. This may be deeper or as deep as any conflict that I've ever
JTO.
in this sport.
JTO. You haven't been running this place long, but still, the fact of what I have to say remains. I haven't asked for a damn thing. Never asked Scotty for anything, and I ain't asked you for nothing. That changes right now. JTO, you know what the hell scans say. You've heard from the doctors. Now I need you to hear from me. The man, I use that term very fucking loosely, tried to take my life and tried to take me away from the people I love and that love me the most. I don't want to put you in a tough situation, so I'm gonna make it real easy, Jay. All you have to do when you look at the names Beast Mode and Nappy, the only beast that matters, and the true villain, when you look at those two names on the paper and you're trying to decide, unsanctioned.
Oh, are you crazy? Beast,
Yes.
listen, I know we've been up and down the
Daddy,
road for
real
you.
quick. I know. Yeah, you're right. And
Are
you
you
of all people should know. You asking me if I'm crazy right now? I'm fucking insane.
shit?
Nappy. You forget who taught you everything. You know. You could tell everybody it was Mel, but deep down, you know who it was. I'm not looking for recognition. I ain't looking for shit from you no more, but your fucking blood.
Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I want.
JTO,
Unsanctioned.
you're out there.
Unsanctioned.
You heard the man, JTO. He is putting his career on the line. Non-sanction is the only way it can happen. And I'm sure Nappy Boy will agree to any terms, anytime, any place. JTO, if you're listening, you should be on your flip phone right now. I know you don't have one of these because you have a regular iPhone. You need to get a flip phone. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back on track. Wow. We have the unique possibility of a non-sanctioned match here in a matter of days between my co-host, Aaron King, and the true villain, the only villain that's ever existed in PWR, in my book, Nappy Boy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this next matchup, shall we, Aaron? Can I get you to take a deep breath and let's continue moving forward with the next match? I know you're fired up. This one features two Puerto Ricans. You grew up in New York, I do believe, and you're very familiar with Filthy.
I used to see that every day.
Yeah, Filthy ones. I'm sure you don't have to agree with me on that one.
I'm not always. Hey, Latinas.
Hey,
Latinas.
Joker J.
Can we at least agree on Latinas?
Yeah, they're filthy and they will steal and stab.
You are something else.
Joker J, the Cardinal, was set to clash against half of the PWR tag team champions. El Taco, I mean El Drapo.
Oh right? My God.
This next match was all about Puerto Rican pride. You know, it's nothing worse than living in the city.
Dog. Wait. Nah. Scotty, I can't let you do that. Puerto Rican Day Parade just happened. I cannot let you do
that's that. What I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say it's nothing worse than getting caught, you know, in traffic when you're trying to do something real on your weekend and you run into the Puerto Rican traffic and the flags and you can't see
now you got me pulling one of your fucking moves. God damn it.
Good. It's about goddamn time. This next matchup was all about not getting stuck in Puerto Rican traffic during the festival weekend. The Cardinal made his the Roar Booze. Joker J had already made his impact felt earlier in this night and
looked to get
upset here against Red Hot Caliente El Guapo. Now, it was El Guapo coming down to the ring as champion in this one. Let's get back to business, because if you would agree with me again, this is going to suck for us to keep agreeing with one another, but El Guapo is coming off his best run in PWR of his career lately with the Deadly Alliance, and in a backstage interview with Pro Wrestling Insider, he stated that he owes most, if not all, of his success to his other counterpart members of the Deadly Alliance, pushing him to be more deadlier than ever, quote unquote. Now, the match began with El Guapo doing a number. It was a symphony orchestra actually on Joker J early, taking him out with the deadly spear and a right hook. He then followed this up with the DDT, but Joker J kicked out of an early pin attempt from El Guapo. What are your thoughts on El Guapo and the run he's been having here lately before we continue,
Aaron? I mean, man. Wow, is all I can say. I mean, I don't really care too much for the company he keeps, but you're talking about one of the only people in this company to beat me clean. So I know about El Guapo.
Okay, it was what
to see what he's been doing lately.
It was at the point in the match,
Crazy.
Aaron, when El Guapo missed a big boot, however, attempt that he was aiming for Joker's dome, who finally countered with an assassin's knee to the ribcage of Guapo, followed up by a nasty slingshot. Joker J then went up high and skied down with the knee drop from the second turnbuckle, but El Guapo also kicked out of a pin attempt. This action kept growing in this one, and the fans got more and more engaged. Joker J at this point signaled for the Cardinal clutch, but before he could lock it in, guess, who came down ringside, sliding in and attacking Joker J from behind with the steel chair shot. It was T.C. Adams, who took measure on El Guapo as well as he cleared the ring. The Redeemer held the chair up with one hand and his hand up with the other as the fans started chanting, T.C. Adams, T.C. Adams. And that was a big moment, not only for this thing brewing between Joker J and T.C. Adams, but the star power of T.C. Adams in Philadelphia. When you can captivate the Philly fans, you can go anywhere. You got to agree with me on that. New York and Philly are two places where if they accept you, you can pretty much call it one. It was a big moment there. El Guapo did not appreciate this, and he promised in social media that there will be a receipt for this this interruption in his matchup, which he feel, quote unquote, that he had easily in the bag. What are your thoughts about this? We know, again, T.C. Adams, Joker J, it's happening again. It's happening at the pay-per-view. We don't know what the stipulation would be. El Guapo and Shooter J waiting for the winners of the main event. The Deadly Alliance continuing to make their impact here in PWR as well. Let's talk about this next matchup, who I'm sure you'll be pretty interested in. Chris Lassiter versus Dragon Queen. Definitely an interesting matchup clash that was about to take place here. And hostility was a theme going into this matchup between these two, as all week long they went back and forth on social media. Dragon Queen seems to be getting more and more frustrated with her positioning in PWR, and she will have her hands full in this one with former Powerhouse champion Chris Lassiter, and he's a highly decorated superstar and veteran in this company. Now, both superstars went right after one another from the onset of this competition. Lassiter came out great in the beginning of this one, showing flashes, catching Queen with a beautiful drop kick early that sent her flying outside of the ring. She seemed a bit embarrassed and rattled early on and flew directly towards Lassiter, coming in the ring this time again, swinging for the fences and missing again, allowing Lassiter to counter this time with the Glock bottom. He pinned her for the 1, the 2, but Dragon Queen was able to kick out and roll to the outside to recoup. Once again, she was livid at this point, barking at Lassiter, barking at herself and the officials by now, and she got back in the ring finally and called the official over to get a word in when she sprayed a foreign blue mist right in the official's face and then nailed Lassiter in the face with the mist as well, taking both of them out. She then brutally attacked Lassiter with forearm strike to the face as he lay on his back, nearly unconscious. She then looked into the camera, almost spitting out her words with drool and spit. Look at your little friend, Alexia. Look what I can do to people you care about, said Dragon Queen. She nailed him with the curb stomp for extra measure when the music of Alexia Payne played on the sound system. And yep, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, the building absolutely erupted at the sight of the Queen, Alexia Payne. Queen came out and Dragon Queen backed away slowly from Chris Lassiter. She didn't seem happy at all to see Alexia Payne, but what could she expect after all? The two then both pointed at the graphic for the Wheel of Misfortune. And ladies and gentlemen, it's old Mackie History will be made at Will of Misfortune. Did they say PWR don't got the juice no more, the sauce? For the first time ever, the
I
Queen,
don't know who
Alexia
said that.
Payne, versus Queen, Dragon Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be, you know what? I'm going to let you talk about it, Aaron, because I'm at a loss for words now. We're finally going to get it. Your wife, one-on-one with Dragon Queen. What are your thoughts from a fan perspective? Take yourself out of the household for one moment. As a wrestling nerd that we all are you ready to see two of the best competitors clash one-on-one on the biggest stage of the summer?
I can sum it up in 3 words, but I'm gonna use a few more. But the 3 words are take my money.
Golly.
Okay, you're talking about two vicious, vicious damn competitors. One with the ability to cut you down with words without even cussing, even though now she cusses, but but she could destroy your whole life before you even realize it's destroyed with just an utterance. And Dragon Queen, good God. I mean, those different color mists, like they do different things. I think that blue one is hallucination. So keep an eye on Chris Sigma and the ref this week.
Obviously, Chris Lasseter won not the way he wanted to. He is
Yeah,
fine.
Chris Lasseter, my bad. I would see fucked up. I was thinking his old, yeah.
He will be in competition. He's healthy. He's fine. He's been checked on by the medics. He will be competing at Will of Misfortune as well in some capacity. Now, I just want to say when it comes to competing, there are very few names in this business that I will put over these two young, phenomenal ladies. And I'm looking forward to history being made in a matter of days here, fans. So stay tuned to PWR because it's about to get really, really interesting around here in a matter of few days. But we have one more match cover of the night. The main event of the night, Aaron King, is the Lethal Lottery Finals. The Lethal Lottery Finals is finally here. Now, we've had this tournament set up months ago to define a #1 contender, and these are the final two teams that have fought, scratched, clawed their way to get to the finals of Lethal Lottery. Fuckaverse, a team that was already made. It was already there. It was already a beautiful diamond.
It was already established.
He's an already established entity that went into this tournament ready to roll. And then you have on the other side, the polar opposite, two superstars you would never expect to work well together and having a phenomenal run. Of course, the Backwood Boys, T Money, and Big Balls, Bubba Killings. Yeah, I said it.
Big balls.
Okay. Big Balls, Bubba Killings. Now, the music of the former tag team champions played on the sound system first, and there wasn't any doubt in the building who will be representing the multiverse in this one, as Cruel Intentions came out first, followed by his magnificent tag team partner, the Artist Motherfucker. The duo, we talked about it, they have battled their way back to position where if they get a victory, they will go on to face the Deadly Alliance at Will of Misfortune in a matter of days here, fans. And that's when we heard on the sound system, to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down, bubble balls. They did the remake now. They fixed the song. It's custom.
Are they the hit up Lil Jon?
Yeah, they customized it. Yeah. They customized. That's what happens.
Crazy.
First, it was to the window, to down the Bubbles Balls, but now it's going to be Ice Ice Baby t-shirt soon. Trust me, it's coming.
Oh God, I hope it's not. I really hope it's not. we cannot sell those in Cali, bro. We cannot sell those in Cali.
Can you wear that? Can you wear it to the training facility? I'll get you one. I promise. I'll make sure you get one.
I'll think about it.
The Performance Center? No. Anyways,
I'll think about it.
It was followed by Big Old Balls, Bubba Killings. The fans went crazy for the Backwood Boys. I can't really explain it. It's a certain chemistry these two have, unique to say the least.
Lightning in a
Former
bottle, man.
nearly
Sometimes
6
shit
weeks
just
ago,
works.
yep, nearly 6 weeks ago, this pair since then has captivated the PWR universe, and they were the clear favorites based on the crowd reaction in this contest. However, legends in PWR, you will agree with me, Aaron, are not made by popularity. They have to go out there in the ring and get the job done and beat one of the best teams this industry has ever seen before. And we're ready
I
for
mean, can you?
action now.
I mean, yeah,
Go ahead.
but can you say something? Can we disagree for once? We've been agreeing this whole fucking show.
Let's disagree then.
Fuck. All right, fuck it. Who you got?
I smoke a lot of weed. I'm going with the Backwood Boys here.
God damn it! See,
You asked me first. I picked
shit.
first.
All
Sir,
right, fuck it. Give me.
you're,
All right,
you're
fuck it.
stuck
All right, fuck it.
with
Nah, fuck
tag
it. I'm
team
taking fucking verse. I'm taking fucking verse.
All right, that's the right choice. All right. It was Big Balls Bubba starting things off as he showed that he was about to walk in with some cojones in this one, as Cruel Intentions represented the team of Fuckaverse, and these two gave the fans exactly what the doctor ordered. Fisticuffs, Bubba Rock Cruel with a few headbutts before Cruel Intentions came back, staggering him with massive chops to the chest area. Cruel then bounced off the ropes and broke Bubba down with the devastating shoulder tackle. Ladies and gentlemen, Bubba Killings quickly tagged in T-Money, who stormed towards Cruel Intentions, only to be lifted high in the air with the back body drop. I thought T-Money was about to fly out of the ring. I have a question for you, Aaron. Why historically is the most athletic guys almost fly out of the ring on a back body drop?
You talking to a person that was in a whole faction with him. You talking to a person that's been to this man's house
How many
for
times have you
Christmas and
almost seen
shit.
him fly out of the ring then?
I
Nightly?
a few times. Like I've barely ever seen him leave his feet. Like he don't like to, but he was feeling himself tonight.
Hey, listen, Cruel tagged in motherfucker who leaped from the top turnbuckle with an elbow drop as he quickly pinned him for the one, the two. But Big Balls Bubba was right where he needed to be, breaking up that pin attempt. Listen, you talk about timing. After a few weeks together, these guys start figuring out where they're going to be in the ring. You're a tag team specialist yourself. Did you see the chemistry grow from Backward Boys from the beginning to where they're at now?
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. I mean, they started off a little bit shaky. I mean, me and somebody were their first opponents, and it was they got the win, but it was a little shaky. But now that's a cohesive unit. That's a strong unit right there.
Listen, motherfucker
Pause.
picked up the postman
Pause
at this
on
point.
unit.
Motherfucker picked up the postman at this point, who fought off the artist and nailed him with the Superman punch that backed him into a corner. Fucker was in bad shape at this point. T followed this up with the nasty bruh kick, bringing the fans to their feet as he pinned Fucker for the one, the two. But Cruel Intentions broke this one up, and there was a brawl ensuing in the ring at this point as the referee had a hard time controlling the commotion. But finally, he got both Big Balls Bubba and Cruel Intentions outside of the ring. As the match continued, motherfucker and T began trading massive strikes with one another as they both decided to run to opposite sides of the ring into the ropes. But Bubba tagged the back of T Money as T got dropped with the Kiss the Rings. Fucker quickly pinned T, but he wasn't the legal man, and Bubba was at this point in time setting up for a Minnesota spear. The fans stood on their feet. The building was rumbling as he nailed Fucker with it. He then dropped Cruel Intentions off the apron. The fans stood on their feet as Bubba pinned him for the one, the two, but Fucker got his shoulder up in time. Fucker got his shoulder up in time as the fans started chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." But Bubba Killings couldn't believe it. No matter how big his balls were, his brain wasn't functioning right at this point in time. He pinned Fucker again, but this time, Cruel dived in on Bubba with the leg drop, breaking up the pin attempt king. This thing's getting crazier and crazier. Cruel then knocked T off the apron. At this point, Fucker was able to tag the hand of Cruel Intentions, who went up high for a 5-star splash. Boom! Landing right on top of him. 1, 2, 3. The winners of the match. Fuckiverse. The crowd
Yes,
had a
that.
reaction as the former tag team champions move on to the Wheel of Misfortune Tag Team Championship of PWR matchup. But that's when things change quickly, as the battered and bruised Cruel Intentions and motherfucker could barely catch their breath before they were both attacked with strikes of the tag team championships to the back of the head, as both men were then hovered over by the Deadly Alliance as they held up the gold, showing who were the top dogs in the tag team division. And this thing is going to get crazy as we went off the air. Aaron King, first of all, what are your thoughts? First of all, congratulations on a great run to the Backwood Boys. We salute them. But mainly, what are your thoughts on the Victor Fuckiverse now going on to face the Deadly Alliance, who wasted no time in letting them know who was the top dog in the division? What are your thoughts, Aaron? Wow.
And I think they would have done that no matter which team won. They would have done that no matter which team would have won. I mean,
I don't think that was cute. I believe that was queued up for
yeah,
whenever the match ended. Yep.
you know. So, but the fact that it was Fuckiverse, I mean, the Deadly Alliance don't strike me as dumb. Okay, they're not stupid. They're very smart. They're very calculated. You know, they remind me of someone. They look a little venomous, but you know, they are very, very calculated, and that going up against any iteration of fucker and any of the multiverses, many personalities. You go, I mean,
Could the tag
Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson said everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. I think fuckers should start saying everybody got a plan until they have to kiss the rings.
The most interesting dynamic of this all, Beast, is the fact that we don't know what kind of match
No
will
idea.
determine the tag. This could be a street fight, it could be a cage match, submission match. They got a submission match. If one of these 4 men submit at any part of the arena, it can end the match for the tag team champions. There's so much that goes into the Wheel of Misfortune, which makes it one of the PWR fans' favorite pay-per-views of all. But what a tremendous go-home show. What a tremendous night we have. In just about a week or less, we will be going live, spinning this wheel, determining every single match's stipulation on the Wheel of Misfortune card. There are so many, except for yours, that we know. If JTO answers the call, will be non-sanctioned. Aaron King, I thank you again for taking time. I thank you again for taking time away from your family. We send the best out to all the PWR fans out there watching and those who continue to support the brand. Until next week, when we determine the fate of all the superstars at Wheel of Misfortune. He's Aaron King. I'm Scott Mack. This is Your Opinion Doesn't Matter. Peace out, y'all. Woo! Shit.